I'm Barbra, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started companies and nonprofit organizations, and my real passion is leveling the playing field for women in business, healthcare, and politics. I'd like to share a story of my mother, Adelaide Bree, who was a woman ahead of her time. My mother got divorced in the 1960s at a time that few women did. And she went to work full-time as the first woman vice president of a large Philadelphia ad agency in the era of the TV show Mad Men. So she was a divorced Peggy with 2 children at home. And she was paid less than the comparable men, and there was nothing legally she could do about it. She went out to buy a house that she could afford easily and still had to get a male friend to co-sign on the mortgage. And that made me a feminist. And that, her experience has informed the rest of my life and everything that I've done. My mother always told me that I could compete in a man's world. I got an MBA from Harvard in the mid-70s at a time that very few women were getting MBAs. And my mother also told me that I should follow my heart and my passion in my career. And I often say I took the lowest paying job out of my class at Harvard Business School. I went to work as a journalist. I worked for the Sacramento Bee and then the Los Angeles Times as a business writer. But I loved it. It was my passion. And I only left in the early 1980s after I had had 1 daughter and wanted to have a second, and the hours of journalism were unpredictable. And because of leaving journalism, which I often say is actually one of the best decisions I ever made, I ended up eventually becoming an entrepreneur. I like to start things. That's what I'm the best at. And I've started nonprofits. I started a group called SanDiego, which has become the premier organization for women in the tech and life sciences community in San Diego. 6 years ago, I started a group called Run Women Run, and our mission is to inspire, recruit, train, and support San Diego pro-choice women for elected office. And I've been blessed to have business success, to have started companies that have created hundreds of jobs in my community. My advice to young women or young girls is to think big, and to have grand ambitions, and to also realize that life is a series of chapters, and you may not do everything in chapter 1 or chapter 2. Some things may need to wait till chapter 3, 4, or 5. But if you have a dream, to be relentless about pursuing it. I've worked hard in my life for what I've accomplished. And if you're going to be successful at anything, it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. So what we look for in women in businesses we invest in is that the person is passionate about what they're doing, that we believe they can be mentored, that they understand it takes a team to be successful. And I'd like to add that everything that I've done has been part of a team. It's never me by myself. I'm very good at building teams that complement what I'm good at, because no one person can do it themselves. And so, when we're looking at investing in companies, we're really looking at investing in the team. We will not just invest in one person. So it's the team, and then their idea, and we're basically technology investors. So we like to back entrepreneurs who are doing things that are hard to do, that will have some kind of intellectual property protection behind what they do, that they're doing something that can't be easily copied. I chose to become involved in women investing in women because, as you've heard, my passion is leveling the playing field for women in business, healthcare, and politics. So this fits with what I care about. Out of this conference in San Diego, I hope will come a group of committed women who will mentor and invest in the next generation of women entrepreneurs in our community. You know, as you've heard from my background, I'm very concrete and tangible, and I like to see things get done, and it's been wonderful to be with a group of women who share my dreams and passions, and I think we can organize a group in San Diego that will make a difference in the lives of the next generation of women entrepreneurs.